You're listening to the VPM Daily Newscast, the recap of today's top stories in Central Virginia.
From the VPM Newsroom in Richmond, I'm Benjamin Dolly. Betty Migliaccio has been a firefighter for the city of Richmond for 9 years. Like many other first responders, she has a lot of stories to tell. Migliaccio's experience is the focus of one of 4 new one-act plays at Firehouse Theater in Richmond. The show, called First Responses, ends this Sunday. Morning Edition host Phil Lyles recently spoke to Migliaccio.
Who came up with this incredible idea to do these plays, and why is it something you wanted to do yourself?
I took a writing course with David Robbins, who was with the Mighty Pen, and this was for a veteran organization for creative writing courses for them. They decided to do one for first responders to see how that would take off. And I enjoyed it so much and wrote some amazing stories. And David, at that point, passed it on to a few of us, and we opened up a nonprofit to keep it going. So we had the one-time class, and we decided we wanted to keep doing it, so we created Frontline Writers. Once Frontline Writers started, David spoke with Joel, who works at Firehouse Theater, and they decided to do these plays and said, let's do some, vignettes and these one-act plays. They said, would you be willing to write one? And I, at first, was a little overwhelmed because that's not a skill set that I have. And I said, sure, let's try this.
So you wrote the stories, but you have a cast of actors that are acting out what you have written.
Yes, an entire cast that plays all 4 of the one-act plays.
What should the audience expect at these performances? What's the tone?
It can be intense. There are serious topics that we all wrote about. There's four writers. We had 4 directors, so each one has its own voice. Some of the topics are hard to hear. We do have people who are there to sit with you or give you a minute to breathe if you are just a little overwhelmed with it. And then, we hope that you come back in and hear them. Some of them are funny, but they're all real experiences that all 4 of us had.
How has the reception been so far?
We have had a lot of folks say, wow, those were some heavy stories, but I felt good afterwards. And I really just have a better understanding of what you do and some of the things you go through. But also, it was just so well done. The cast is absolutely amazing and so talented, and they just do such a good job telling the stories.
Do you feel like people in your line of work get enough opportunities to express their emotions and talk about your experiences?
I think we are getting there, but I think that there's still a lot of stigma and pressure to be stoic and to be strong, and that we don't want to share the stories. But I think there's now a push for mental health within public safety that is making it a more welcoming experience to talk and to tell our stories. I would just love for the community to know that we want to tell our stories and we want you to be a part of that. And we want you to ask us the questions, and we want you to understand why we do some of the things we do and some of the experiences that we've had. And, to be able to do it in a fire station, that's just such a neat opportunity to come together and meet folks in the community and let them know how much we do care about the community, and we do want them to know that.